Hello, welcome back. This is episode 14 of this series, which is orating the April 2021 edition of The Light, a free online truth paper available at thelightpaper.co.uk. Today's article is entitled COVID Ushering in Great Reset Economy by M.A. Brailsford, and this is on page 9 of the paper. Back in February this year, the UK Office for National Statistics reported that the UK economy had shrunk by an unprecedented 9.9% in 2020, which was more than twice as much as the previous largest annual fall on record, they explained. However, what the ONS didn't make quite as clear was that this figure would have been much worse if it wasn't for the fact we now have a totally new sector of the national economy, namely the COVID economy. ONS Deputy National Statistician Jonathan Athau gave the game away when he said, an increase in COVID-19 testing and tracing also boosted output. The economy continued to grow in the fourth quarter as a whole, despite the additional lockdown restrictions in November. In other words, our pre-pandemic economy and way of life is being replaced piece by piece by a new state-planned COVID economy of test and trace vaccinations, health passports, unabating propaganda, and an enlarged and megalomaniacal public sector determined to dictate and control every facet of our lives. Make no mistake, with so many jobs for the boys and billions of pounds of GDP reliant on this new COVID economy, it won't be going away anytime soon, despite the promise of politicians. The pre-COVID economy, where 60% of all jobs were created by small and medium-sized businesses, has been destroyed, and sadly it looks like it shall never return. Instead, we have schemes like NHS Test and Trace, created for the bargain price of £37 billion. Recently, it emerged that they currently employ over 2,500 private sector consultants, with some charging as much as £6,624 per day, a rate that the boss of Test and Trace, Baroness Harding, considers to be very competitive. Going forward, it seems probable that schemes such as Test and Trace will unfortunately be the model for our recalibrated post-Great Reset economy. Centrally planned institutions using technology to keep tabs on us all, making sure our behaviour and actions comply with the latest rules and regulations supposedly necessary to keep us all safe from an expanding range of ever-present but invisible evils. With the real economy moribund and tax revenue falling off a cliff, how will the government finance these sinister ventures? The answer came recently from the Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey, who told the BBC's Today programme he was looking at new tools to deal with the economic fallout from lockdown. With new tools being a euphemistic way of saying negative interest rates, or in other words, the government in effect being paid to borrow money. If the Bank of England base rate does turn negative, then any return to normality can be ruled out regardless of what happens with COVID. There will be no desire whatsoever from within the government to attempt to roll back the clock. A manufactured state of unresolvable perpetual emergency will be constructed in order to justify the continuation of the extraordinary fiscal measures. It should be clear that there is no return once the central bank has taken rates negative, and the government has become habituated to zero-cost debt. From then on, we are sailing in uncharted and possibly dangerous waters. Okay, thank you for listening. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.